Hey guys, Forever Retro 82 here. I am doing a Let's Play on by request by Almighty Monkey Power. I hope I said your name right. He requested that I do the 1989 adaptation of Tim Burton's Batman for the Sega Genesis, which is a pretty awesome game. Matter of fact, not many people I knew was aware of the game's existence. They were only familiar with the NES game, and I think that's because NES at that time period was pretty much at its peak, but heading downhill because it was released in 1991. I believe the adaptation for the NES game was made in 1990. You may also notice that my camera feed isn't on, and the reason for it is because my camera is being a piece of shit again. And that's why next pay period I have from your lovely donations, I will be looking into buying hopefully a better camera. One that can, I mean, it's not going to be anything great because, great cameras cost a lot of money, and I'm not asking for a shit ton of money for something I'm not Review Tech USA. That fat fuck can go kill himself. That's a little too dark. He can get off of YouTube, that's pretty much it. He's a cuck just like Boogie2988. I know you may be people have respect for those guys, but I simply do not. But I am glad, I mean, if I am to speak on something, I'm glad Boogie2988 is on a better track for himself. He's lost a lot of weight. I wish I could follow in his footsteps in that regard. But I'm going to keep trying, and hopefully I'll get it right. And if I don't, I simply die. So we all do that at the end anyways, right? And do I really want to live until 70, feeling like I'm broken and burdened and bitter? I don't know. That's a totally subject for another time. There's a little dark humor in there for you. Anyways, I hope he does well. Sincerely, Boogie's not that. I mean, I don't really care for him necessarily, but he's actually pretty genuine, and a lot of people like him. And I don't want to be one of those people that are like, hey, let's hate somebody just because he's popular. No, I ain't gonna do that. I'm just not. I could, but I'm not. Anyways, yeah, so anyways, this game is for the Sega Genesis and NES. They also have adaptations for the Game Boy, and so forth. They were trying to capitalize on the popularity of the film, and the film was great. Matter of fact, that's my favorite iteration of Batman in the movie scene. I don't really care for Dark Knight, or Dark Knight Rises, or Batman Begins. They're okay, but they're not. They don't give me that same feeling that Batman '89 did, or Tim Burton's Batman. And Tim Burton's Returns was okay. They picked a hell of a cast to do the parts, though, too. I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer at that time period was pretty smoking hot. And, well, once again, that's a story for another time. Anyways, so this has been requested, and I'm going to go ahead and play through it. So I'm going to grab one more vape off my electronic cigarette, and we'll get started. Who says those Jersey people? How they say started? They go started. Let me know in the comments. Okay. Sorry, man in his nicotine is kind of hand in hand like a man in his coffee. Or a woman in her feminism. Anyways, let's continue. That spinning Batman logo. It scares the kiddies, or excites them, but one group of people do fear that symbol, and that's the criminals. Anyways, all it does is spin and tell you, okay, I already set my options what I want it on, so all we have to do is start the game. This game has a badass soundtrack. In fact, I'm going to play a little bit, and then I'm going to let it play for a little bit so you can hear it. The music in this game is fantastic. This is one of the best sounding Genesis games of its time in terms of soundtrack. It doesn't have any of that damn twang that the Genesis is known for. This game was also made by Sunsoft in 1991. I don't know if I specified that or not. My mind's all over the place because I've been fucking busy. I'm tired of it. Tired. Music is so good. If any of you are interested, I mean, I did a video somewhat on my, well, I did do a video, but it was somewhat in a crude fashion. If you want me to, like, show you a way to get video game music without having to use MP3s, because, well, MP3s are, you know, they're fine and dandy, but, I mean, I've thought about maybe doing a video on how you can get video game music in smaller video formats, but get the same kind of sound quality. But you'll have to get Winamp, unless someone knows of a other audio program that's better than Winamp, which I disagree with, because I've been using Winamp since its creation in 1997, and I haven't changed since. It's just my favorite media player. For everything that Winamp doesn't do, though, I use VLC. Hey, boss time. It's a boxer. There, now it's a fair fight. I use Batarangs for this guy, and then he's like, he gets down to like one hit, and then you just gotta try to hit him. Hitting these guys are a pain in the dick. Hopefully we don't have that problem. Alright, now he's down to one hit. Alright, now this is hard to do, but it's possible. Got him. Good. Onward to the next stage. Yeah, it's a pretty short game, at least from my recollection. Last time I played this game, I think, was 2 years ago. My memory's starting to falter at my old age. Shoot your laser, thank you. I'm gonna explain something. As a kid, I couldn't find out how to get up there, right? Turns out, you do that. I was a dumb fucking kid. For serious. Those lasers kind of remind me of the ones from Journey to Silius. Well, it's Sunsoft, so that doesn't surprise me. That's another pretty cool game. It's one of my favorites. But it's hard as fuck, and I don't beat it every time I play it, which is kind of a problem. Because I kind of want to do a Let's Play of that eventually. But I don't want to play it and then fail, because the thing I hate doing is when I try to do a Let's Play and I fail at it. Because then I get kind of upset at myself, and I just wonder if I should upload it. Like with the Crackdown video, you notice I just turned off the camera and threw it. I don't like failing when I do a recording for you guys, because I want you to be able to see the game through and through. You know, with true to honest gameplay, with no trickery or no fuckery or anything like that. So what's your guys' favorite Batman movies? I'm pretty sure most of you, especially if you don't have much nostalgia for stuff from the 80s and whatnot, is probably, I want to assume, Dark Knight. Tell me if I'm right. Let me know in the comments below. I'd appreciate that. I'm not much of a moviegoer anymore, though. Matter of fact, I am burned out on superhero movies. I could probably go the rest of my natural life without worrying about another superhero movie. They're just boring. I'm not interested in Black Panther. I did see it through other means. Oh, god damn it. But I didn't like it. Matter of fact, half hour, 45 minutes in, I kind of stopped watching it because I just lost interest. That's how it rolls with me. I'm very picky with what movies I want to see. I'm still discovering movies from when I was a youth that I was never able to see because either I didn't know of its existence or something else. You know, like my parents didn't want me seeing it. Like I remember when my dad rented the Twin Peaks movie and there was a bunch of titties and my mom's like, turn this filth off. But I'm sitting there with like the biggest boner I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, my dick was so hard, it hurt. Some of you probably have had that problem before where your dick gets so hard you just can't function properly. This is turning perverted, isn't it? This part sucks. I hate this part. I normally die there. Okay, I just got to take out this. Actually, I don't have to take out this gun. Alright, Joker. Bam! That's how the Joker becomes Joker. Jack Nicholson falls in the little tub of goo or whatever, acid, and then becomes the Joker. Y'all, if y'all seen it, you know. And if you haven't, you need to go see it as soon as possible. Damn chandeliers. One of my favorite tunes in the game. So, this game has taught you guys something. If a guy comes at you with a fucking battle axe, you kick him in the dick or in the shin a few enough times, he'll go away. Actually, don't try that. God damn it. I meant to do my flip and I missed. There we go. This game has such good music, though, man. How when I'm out and about, I usually make these personalized soundtracks of video game music. And I have a few tunes from this game on one of my CDs, which I'm very happy with. I try to make them sound CD quality, which I think is 44 100 hertz, I think. Isn't it? I want to see if I can get that one up. Ha. I'm probably going to get killed on the way back, though. Yep. Damn it, that was pretty much a waste of time. A waste of time and a waste of life. Yeah, don't ever kick a guy with a battle axe in the shin a bunch of times. It's just not going to go in your favor, I can guarantee you that. And I would say your money back, but, well, if you get your shit hacked up, you ain't gonna have to worry about money. Ah, damn, controller's doing that shit again. Where you press a certain... Come on, thank you. Jesus. I always wondered how it'd be if Batman used a battle axe. That'd be kind of dope. Gosh, my gameplay skills are awful right now. Oh, God damn it. Come on. Thank you. See, the difference between this one and the Nintendo version, though, is there's actually other stages other than just side scroll. And we're gonna, I think the next stage is a driving stage. So there's sick of the, oh, I'm sorry about that. Getting fucking beat down like a redheaded stepchild. Come on, you're supposed to be Batman, not weak man. Come on, man. That's so gay. You know, come to think of it, this game seems to share a lot with, remember, you guys remember that game for the NES Kung Fu, or Kung Fu Master for the arcade? This game kind of reminds me of that a lot in the gameplay department. It's cool, though. It's a lot of fun. It really is. I mean, it may not look like much, but trust me, this game is really, it's worth a playthrough. Oh. Piss off. this guy. Now, let's watch what I do, and he's pretty much done. Except, don't get hit, because you're better than that. He just... That's simply his only attack, is that lunge. Oh, that's something I never saw him do. I apologize for this jump cut. My wife walked in and wanted to go out somewhere to eat. So I had to, of course, break this up and go at it again. Anyways, this is going to be a cutscene from the movie, and then the next stage will start. So let me go ahead and unpause and we can watch it unfold. Ooh. Oh, there's no sound. Hold on. I gotta fix that. There we go. Sorry about that. There really wasn't as much there. Anyways, here's what I was talking about. It's nothing special, but you get some kick-ass music, of course. Okay, I like to sing and hum to video game music, okay? I'm pretty sure some of you are all like that. Matter of fact, I saw some old Let's Players from back in the day that used to do the same thing. If it annoys you, just let me know and I'll stop. But this was back when Sunsoft just made some great-ass music in their games. And I miss them, you know? I mean, they're nothing like they used to be. Because they're like, hey, let's make Looney Tunes games that suck ass. None of them were any good. They looked great, of course, because that's, you know, Sunsoft thing, is they always make their games look fantastic, but they played awful. No, I could just see some, like, guy raging who's like a Looney Tunes fanboy just bitching at me like, you motherfucker, why are you talking shit about Looney Tunes? I'm not. I love Looney Tunes, man. I grew up on that stuff. But the games pretty much suck. Like, yeah, Rabbit Rampage with Bugs Bunny, that game looked absolutely gorgeous, but it played awful. Death Valley Rally was bad. And I like the Roadrunner and Coyote. But, honestly, stay away from those and watch the cartoon. You'll have a lot better of a time. I'm getting my ass handed to me. Fuck. That's okay. You have continues. I don't know if you haven't finished. I don't think you do, because I never got like a game over to the point where it would just leave me at a title screen. It's okay. But Batman movies. My least favorite was just, I have to agree with everybody on it, and that's Batman Forever. The only role in it that I liked, even though he had a lot of cringy lines, was Mr. Freeze, and that was played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I really liked his character. He portrayed pretty well. I mean, it was cringy, but at the same time, it was fun hearing, "I like some ice." Because Arnold, you know, Arnold is always a wonderful centerpiece in terms of conversation. Get to the job and do it now! My Arnold impression is horrible. I like doing it because it makes me laugh. And it makes other people laugh too sometimes. You gotta admit, my impression is better than Pat the NES Punk's. He has like almost like a Kermit the Frog kind of voice. Fuck you, Nanny! That's some Muppet Babies variant, obviously. Nah, that shit was cringy as hell. I mean, worse than anything I think I've ever done in terms of voice. Fuck! Now, who the hell could sit here and say, yeah, I was just driving around shooting cars and shit, and I got my ass blown up by a tank? I mean, they'd look at you like you're psychotic. I think we're just about done with this part of the level. It's a nice break from the monotony of punching dudes in the face. I mean, that's always fun, don't get me wrong. But, god damn it. But you gotta, you know, it's nice when they make a game where they make some different gameplay types. I've always talked about this. Like I mentioned, like Bayou Billy, The Adventures of Bayou Billy. I mean, perfect example. You have, you know, the side-scroll beat-em-ups, and then you have the shooting stages, and then you have the driving stages, which in the US version makes you want to kill somebody afterwards because the rage-inducing bullshit that game entails just makes you have a stroke. Or an aneurysm. God damn it. I'm getting my ass handed to me, man. This isn't good. This is supposed to be the Batmobile, a highly armored car that's supposed to handle a shit ton of damage. Not this one. This one seems like it's made by fucking the shit that's made with cars nowadays, with fiberglass. God damn it. How y'all doing? Well, I'm doing great. I'm just getting my ass handed to me like nobody's business. Let me use up another continue here. Yay. Because I'm just a master gamer. And I'm not, because I'm getting my ass handed to me, you goddamn tank! Thank Christ. Gosh. Oh, this is where you fight the clowns. This stage annoys me. Because they do this shit. Now, if any of you played Streets of Rage, you know those chicks you fight? I think they're called Mona Lisa in the America market. They're the boss on level 5. God damn it. Yeah, this is my least favorite part of this game right here. Got good tunes, as always. Now, I thought about this when I went out to dinner with my wife. I'll show you guys a way you can listen to video game music on your browser without having to download stuff. Shit. On button. Damn, this is so cheap. I forgot how cheap this level is. Jesus. Hit detection. Where are you today? Shit. Come on. Fuck this. I'm gonna see how much of this I can skip. Because fighting these fart knockers ain't getting me nowhere. Okay. Forgot what this boss this is. Oh, twirling fart knocker. The swords. I used to know a strategy for this guy. I'm trying to remember it. Hang on. There it is. Watch this. Pathetic. But funny at the same time. Hey, it makes for an easy battle, right? This guy's a joke, but it's still, you know, it's funny. He's just like, and you're just like, bitch, sit down. No one's talking to you! And that's done. Woo! Moving on. Ah! The shoot 'em up stage. This is pretty dope. I like the parallax scrolling we got here. It's primitive, but it still does the job. You know, I still find it amazing that the Sega Genesis was able to do parallax scrolling, and then to do proper, I guess, proper deep parallax scrolling, the TurboGrafx needed to make a secondary system with super graphics that was ill-fated. It was like, what, 6 games for it or something like that? Talk about a piss-poor console launch. It's kind of good that we never received it here. And I die, of course. You got the clowns with the poisonous gas from the original movie. So you do have, it does follow the movie okay. You know, if it was exactly like the movie, it would be kind of boring. I mean, this isn't Arkham Asylum or Arkham City or Arkham Knight or Dark Knight or whatever the hell. I honestly lost count. It was a nice trilogy, though, for what it was trying to do, though. I mean, my wife actually beat Arkham Asylum, and she's halfway done with, God damn it. No, not God damn it. I don't even know if that's a game. If there is, let me know. No, she's halfway done Arkham City. She really likes those games. I played them. They're okay. I don't think they're as great as everyone makes them out to be. Because I'm not, I'm not the type of gamer that just plays a game for acting and graphics and shit. No, I play a game for the fun factor, and the game really isn't all that fun to me. It's not a bad game, but it's not great. This stage is pretty long. The Konami beat 'em up, to this day I still can't beat because Catwoman is a bitch and she usually rapes me of all my credits. I used to love the shit out of that game when I was younger though. But I played it recently and it's one of those games I don't really like. Damn it. Okay, get my lives back. I still think the worst Batman game next to Dark Tomorrow that was on the GameCube and Xbox was Batman Forever. I mean, it's more, basically, it just like every other reviewer says it is, it's basically Mortal Kombat in a Batman game. Now, that system was not made for a side-scroll beat-em-up. It was made for a fighting game. But some douchebag at Acclaim or whoever the hell was ahead of the development team was all like, hey, we'll take that system and make it to a side-scroll beat-em-up and it'll be great. Yeah, that's why it's one of the most hated games by most people. And I'm a big fan, as you notice in most of my playthroughs. I love side-scroll beat-em-ups. They're fun. But only if they're done right. If they're done terribly, then they're not any fun. Like I mentioned plenty of times, I love Streets of Rage. That's one of mine, if not the best beat-em-up that I've ever played. A lot of people like Final Fight, and that's fine. I don't like it as much as you guys do, though. Especially the first game. I feel it's broken and it needs work. The only one I ever liked was 3. And I still like it, but it's not, after that last playthrough, I realized it's not one of my favorite beat-em-ups like it used to be. It's cheap. Yeah, I've been hearing one game I've been really looking forward to, and it seems that a lot of people don't like it, is the remake of Secret of Mana. Can you guys tell me what's so bad about it? I mean, is it the presentation? Does it not play well? What? What's wrong with it? I think that's why they give you an extra life here, because they know you're going to die in this guy at least once. I don't have a strategy for this guy. I really wish I did. I mean, jump around and hopefully you can land a hit, but And there's more boxing guys, if memory serves me, too. So we get to look forward to that. Yay! There's like 2 of them, I think. Like I said, it's been a couple years since I played through. I still want to play through the Game Boy game, though, because that game's dope. Ah, here he is. The Game Boy game, you're just like this cute little Batman thing with a super big gun. It's pretty good. It's hard. Real hard. Yes, I said hard. Hey, I found it. Okay, that's how you beat this dude. Hey, I found something new out today. Yay! I'd say it's happiness, but I bet most of you good gamers out there who aren't idiots like me figured that shit out in a finger snap. Oh, Twirling Fart Knocker. I think that's what I'm gonna name this guy. Twirling Fart Knocker. He takes his swords and twirls them around like a dumbass. Alright, just repeat process. So do you guys have favorite Sunsoft games? Is there any Sunsoft games you like or you enjoy and have played through? Or have played and just love? I mean, Sunsoft, in my opinion, was just as good of a company back in the NES days like Capcom and Konami. Those guys made some of the best games on the system, hands down. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some games made by other companies that were pretty good, but they were hit and miss in comparison. Like Taxon, they made G.I. Joe, that game was pretty dope, but then Capcom made the sequel. That's a tough cookie game right there. I don't like the level designs. They confuse me. And you also have those levels that you gotta put down bombs, kind of like, you know, Crackdown style. Except it's more side-scrolled than it is overhead. Now, it's a shame I don't have it on footage, but the other night I actually beat that game on hard. And guess what? No change in ending. So there's really no point in beating a game in a higher difficulty if you're getting the same ending. See, a lot of people just do that for a challenge, and that's fine. But at least give a player some, I don't know, something. Oh, this douchebag again. Like, give him some recognition. Like Splatterhouse 3, they give you recognition for being a good gamer. Why can't more games do that when you play those games in higher difficulties? Or give them some kind of, I don't know, codes or something. Like, hey, this is how you do this and such and such. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Castlevania Bloodlines does not give you the code to play Expert Mode to see the real ending of the game. The only way I got that code was honestly through Game Informer. I always thought the game, the way it was how the game ended until 10 years later when someone says, no, that's not the real ending. How are you supposed to figure that shit out unless you look in the magazine? That's ridiculous. They don't tell you. I mean, what does Konami think we are? Psychics? We could just... I don't know. Whatever. Alright, if memory serves me, this is the final part of the game. And guess what? Some awesome music. This is actually probably my most listened to music in the game when I'm jamming video game music. When I'm jamming this game. Blah, blah, blah. English, motherfucker, can you speak it? Not today, obviously. So I've done some thinking, and some of you enjoyed my Atari story, and I'm glad you did, because that's one of the times in my life that it was magical to, you know, get your first system. And some of you have also said you'd like to hear maybe more stories of when I got my other game systems. And some of you may also question, and you have every right to do so if there's any truth to my stories, if I'm not just making this shit up. I'm not. I'm telling you as much as I can from memory. I don't make up shit on the fly. That's not how I do things. I don't believe in there's, like I said, there's two kinds of people in life I just hate. Thieves and liars. People who steal from other people for no fucking good reason whatsoever other than to be a dick. And people that lie and deceit. I don't like that kind of, I don't like people who do that, and I hate, I just, ugh. I had people lie and steal to me so many times in my life, and I don't wish that on anybody, because it's the possible worst feeling in the world. You feel betrayed, and betrayal is an awful, awful feeling. Xbox controller. Sorry. This thing causes me to fuck up a lot of ways, as you see, as you saw. Wait, is it over? Yeah. I'm sorry. Do you mean? Well, shit. Not perfect, guys. I wish I was. If I was perfect, then maybe a lot better things would go for me, right? I had a conversation with some like retro gaming fans on Discord, and if I had the ability, like if I was if I could program shit, one of the things I would definitely make, well, there's two things I would make. I'd make a Zelda 2 spiritual sequel on Super Nintendo hardware, and I'd also do the same with Rygar. Like, I would make a Rygar sequel in 2D. But the 3D game is fucking majestic and great. I love Rygar and the Legendary Journeys, or Battle of Argus if you play the Wii version. Stop throwing your dildos at me, okay? I know they have like an explosive tip, but Batman doesn't swing that way. Okay, I just gotta remember how this is done. Okay. No! God damn it. Fuck! Repetitious nonsense. Anyways. And I'm dead. Fantastic. I think if I continue, though, I start at this tower, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I would love to make like a Rygar type game on an SNES hardware and a Zelda 2 spiritual sequel. Oh, we've got to have a barking dog outside right now. God damn it. Hope they shut that fucker up. I mean, I love dogs. I don't have any ill will towards a dog, but I'm trying to do a playthrough. I can't be in that. I can't be entitled. I'm not. I don't swing that way, so I'm acting like an entitled douchebag when I talk like that. So, let's change the tone. This is a pain in the dick. I'd rather deal with the clowns, I think. So there's a game for the GameCube that I really find hilarious. And I mean, it's not a great game by any means, but I like to play it just to laugh. It's Minority Report, Everybody Runs. You can throw people through like glass walls and shit. And for some reason, this makes me laugh. You're like, ah, or you can throw them off buildings, and you're like, help, I'm falling. You should play it sometime. It's funny. I mean, I bought it like an idiot, but at the same time, oh Christ. I actually loved that game for a while until I got tired of some of the monotony involved. Thank God for batarangs. And they're very useful. They're very useful in the NES game as well. If any of you played that, I'm pretty sure some of you may have. If you haven't, get off your ass and get an emulator and play the bitch. It's really good. It's hard though, so hope you're up for a challenge. We on the Joker? Yep. We're on the Jokerville, everybody. Anticlimactic, I know. That's the game, I'm serious. The NES one, Jesus. Oh, anyways. Joker has slammed down to the ground from the top stair of the cathedral. Now, Joker looks dizzy with his face ice cold and his teeth. It's basically the ending of the Tim Burton film in text form. Yeah, you get a very short but very fun game. It's something that, you know, if you're just like, I don't know, if you're bored and you just want to, you know, spend half hour on a game that's based on the movie, this is probably the way to go. I mean, it's no masterpiece by any means, but think about all the movie-based games there are for 8-bit, 16-bit consoles and forward. This is seriously one of the best ones. And that's actually saying a lot given shit-can games like Rambo, Total Recall, now name some more. I mean, I'm just naming the two that I just think of the back of my head. Batman Returns was pretty good on the SNES, like I said, but the game, for one thing, it's too long. Like, the stages, and then once you get the Catwoman, she's just superly fucking cheap. I can't find any kind of strategy against her. Nice, calming credits music. This was back during Sunsoft glory days, though. I mean, they're awesome, or were awesome. Damn it! It's like I just want to go to one of the old members of Sunsoft and strangle them and say, "Listen, get your ass back to the fucking table and make some damn good games like you used to. Make sure they have good music so we can just jam it out and enjoy." Make some games that are actually fun to play, and don't give your properties to fucking other developers. Because did you know that, give me a minute to think. Did you know Blaster Master 2 is made by Software Creations? And correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Software Creations a division of LJN? I mean, that's just pitiful. But yeah, Sunsoft made some damn good movie adaptation games, like Gremlins 2, Batman, Superman on the Genesis was also good, even though I'll never beat that game because it's a dirty horror. And it's a shame that a lot of companies took over some movie license. Like, I would have loved to have seen Terminator if fucking Mindscape didn't have the rights. Didn't have the rights to it. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Let me see. I just gotta remember how you capture whatchamacallit. Hold on, let me just do some changes here. First off, I want to say, I recommend you scoping out Batman? Yes, but only if it's decently priced. Do not pay more than, I'd say, $10, $15 for it. Okay, give me a minute to see if I can... Alright, I just gotta dick with some things here. We'll do it. Doesn't look like it. Oh, damn. OBS, you're an asshole. Basically, I was going to show you. Let me try one more time. Oh, now it won't even show up. That's fucking nice. Okay, you know what I'll do? I'll just link you where you can go to listen to video game music without downloading a damn thing. There's this place I like to go called Zofer.net. I'll put the link of where you can find the music so you don't have to sit there and scrounge around to see where you can find. Basically, you can pick any systems from NES, SNES, Game Boy Advance, all the way to Xbox 360. Now, not all soundtracks will be posted there, but one of the most notable ones and the ones they are able to rip from the cartridge information will be on there. There's a total of 657,658 tracks, and there's basically 6 terabytes worth of music there. So you'll be there a while. I mean, there's stuff from the N64, GameCube, the Wii, the PlayStation 2 and 3, NES, SNES. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and link you that. I have it permanently bookmarked on Opera. I'm sorry, guys. I really wanted to show it to you, but for some reason... See, I use OBS because... Remember the old days where you had to use, like, fraps and some other kind of face recognition? So, I mean... we came a long way in terms of recording software, and I'm glad one came out that I'm able to use and do, you know what I mean? So that's what makes this possible. That's what I use to make these videos. It's a really awesome video capture system, and if you have basic knowledge in video encoding and video making, then anyone can use it pretty much, and most people do. Anyways, I'm sorry if the commentary was dry and not too interesting. You know, I was just trying to focus on getting the game played, and so you can see it from beginning to end. It's a very short but very classic game. Anyone can pick it up and play. It's not hard. It's actually quite simple. It's short but sweet. But I'm trying to think of what I can do in my next playthrough. It seems like people really like Genesis games, so I might pick something out of my collection and do a playthrough of it, of something I've beaten. I don't know. But I kind of want to get other stuff on here, like Super Nintendo and something. Like I said, I can't... I'm trying to steer away from games that take too long to complete, because then I'll have to split it in 2 parts, because I don't want you to have to sit there for like 3 hours or more watching me complete a game that will be in multiple parts, unless that's what you want. I don't know. Like I said, this is a work in progress. As my channel grows, I want to grow, and I want to make this a place where everyone can just enjoy the retro games and, you know, enjoy my conversations, and for you to join in the conversations. As you see, I do respond to what you have to say, because that's what I like to do. I like to have a little place to chill out and have fun, and have people have a place where they can enjoy themselves as well. Anyways, I'm going to stop meandering, because that's what it seems like I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded for you guys to see, and I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. And we'll definitely see you on the next one. Until then, you all take care. The next playthrough I want to do is with my new controllers when I receive them. So it may be a little... I mean, I don't know. They said they'll be here by Monday, so it's going to be probably around there until my next playthrough, because I really want to play with a controller that's not something that makes me want to put my fist through a wall, if you understand what I mean. So definitely look for that. I also want to break the controller, and that may take a day, but probably same time next week I'll have another video uploaded, or maybe I can do something short in the meantime, like a ROM hack or something. You know, if you want to give me ideas, great. You know, because like I said, this channel ain't just for me, it's also for you too. I want it to be about both of us, you know, you, me, just, you know, big gaming family, you know what I mean? Anyways, okay, I could just sit here and yap all day. You guys know me. I have a tendency to yap and yap and yap, and I do apologize. If you want me to just shut up, just let me know. Okay? If you don't mind me meandering like this, then that's fine, but if I do, please tell me so. Like I said, I make this for both of us, not just me, but for you too. Anyways, this is Forever Retro 82, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and don't let anything stress you out, and be happy as much as you can be. This is Forever Retro 82 signing out. Have a good one.